Before I begin today's video, I'm going to need you guys to go and hit that subscribe button. Thank you.
What is up, everybody? You already know who it is. It's your boy, Mocho, and I'm back today from, reading the new Holy Scripture. I'm just reading the Holy Scripture. Anyways, it is day 5, and we are going to be going over in day 5, Numbers 9 through this is kind of backwards, so 9, this is Numbers 2:32 through 34. I'll be sure to put that in the video description. Yeah, alright, so it says, a nation under law. Let's begin. With the tabernacle now constructed, and the priests ready to serve at its altar, the Israelis are about to begin a new phase in the history of their young nation. They are going to begin functioning as a nation under covenant relationship, with virtually every daily action influenced, if not directly prescribed by law. During the next 4 decades, God will give to Moses scores of laws affecting their religions and ceremonial duties, laws regarding diet and hygiene, laws of dedication and religious syllabism. I can't even say that right. Civil laws, and laws affecting political leaders, and the army, and the court system, criminal laws and offenses against religion, society, and morality, and various families and estate laws. The many laws within Israel's code are recorded in Exodus. How do you say it? Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. I don't know how to say that. Deuteronomy. Offer the same laws are repeated on. Excuse my dumbass. Often, the same laws are repeated on different occasions in a variety of contexts. Sometimes a law will be further explained or more completely explained. In anticipation of the Israelis became less nomadic and more settled. The laws will apparently reflect the changing circumstances. An effort to avoid unnecessary duplication in the order to get a more understandable overview of the laws of Israel, all the various laws will be brought together in the compendium at later point in this volume. In the contents of events that take place 40 years later. Therefore, the book of Leviticus, which takes up where Exodus' record leaves off, will be left largely to later inclusion. Surface it to say at this point that, as the name suggests, Leviticus pertains principality to the Levites and their priestly duties. Yet, the fact that Leviticus also contains so many laws, it is not all surprising in view of its theme. Therefore, be holy, because I am holy. The book of Numbers records briefly that here in the wilderness near Sinai, the Israelis observed their first Passover celebration. Since the actual Passover of death, which took place over a year in Egypt, it must be time of mixed emotions, joy in having been freed from their bondage and excitement of having become an independent nation and uncertainty about what the future holds. Even in this first celebration, an indication of that Israelis are already concerned about God's laws and how they might interpret them in the light of exceptional circumstances. They learn that along with the strictness in his laws, God can provide measures of grace as well. Passover celebrated. The Lord spoke to Moses in the desert of Sinai in the first month of the second year after they came out of Egypt. He said, "Have the Israelis celebrate the Passover at the appointed time. Celebrate it at the appointed time at twilight on the 14th day of this month in accordance with its rules and regulations." So Moses told the Israelis to celebrate the Passover, and they did so in the desert of Sinai at twilight on the 14th day on the first month. The Israelis did everything just as the Lord commanded Moses. Problem of the unclean. But some of them could not celebrate the Passover on that day because they were ceremonially unclean on account of a dead body. So they came to Moses and Aaron that same day and said to Moses, "We've become unclean because of a dead body. But why should we be kept from presenting the God's offerings with the other Israelis at the appointed time?" Moses answered them, "Wait until I find out what the Lord commands concerning you." Then the Lord said to Moses, "Tell the Israelis, when any of you or your descendants are unclean because of a dead body or away on a journey, they are still to celebrate the Lord's Passover, but they are to do it on the 14th day of the second month at twilight. They are to eat the lamb together with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. They must not leave any of it till morning or break any of its bones. When they celebrate the Passover, they must follow all the regulations." Numbering of the Israelis. A month has passed since the tabernacle was erected. The priesthood ordained, the first laws of Moses given, and the nation of Israel truly established in fulfillment of the ancient promise of Abraham. Still, another part of God's covenant with Abraham is yet to be fulfilled. The occupation of Canaan, the promised land. God has never said that the land will simply be handed over to the Israelis without struggle. On the contrary, God has told the Israelis that they will have to fight for the land. Yet God has also promised to be with them and make them victorious. So as long as they keep their faith in Him as the one true God and remain obedient to His laws. Now, in preparation for taking the promised land, God orders a numbering of people of Israel, at least those of fighting age 20 years old or older. The numbering is more than a census or even a military draft. In fact, it is a national registration from which the Jewish people in centuries to come will trace their ancestry. One interesting feature of the numbering is that the descendants of Joseph are counted as two separate tribes through his sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, in accordance with Jacob's own words. Of a nation of approximately 2 million strong, 603,550 men are found to be of age to fight. In addition to the numbering, the tribes are so assigned areas of encampment and given their order of march. Noticeably missing from the numbering of fighting men is the tribe of Levi. It is clear that the nation will be strong in battle only as long as it is religiously dedicated to the service of God, so that the Levites will be responsible for maintaining the people's spiritual service. Therefore, the numbering of the Levites will be done separately from the other tribes, and on two different bases. Once for all males at least a month old, 22,000, and once for all males between 30 to 50 years old are ready to serve in the tabernacle, 8,580. The placement of the encampment of the specific items will be carried by each family are also assigned. People to be numbered. The Lord spoke to Moses in the tent of meeting in the desert of Sinai on the first day of the second month of the second year after the Israelis came out of Egypt. He said, "Take the census of the whole Israeli community by their clans and families. Listen every man by name, one by one. You and Aaron are to account accordingly to their divisions all the men in Israel who are 20 years old or more and are able to serve in the army." Prince to help count. One man from each tribe, each of them the head of his family, is to help you. These are the names of the men who are to assist you. From Reuben, Esler, son of Zidar. From Simon, Shelumal, son of Judarasdadi. And from Judas, Nashon, son of Amminadab. From Ishar, Nahathel, son of Zerah. And from Zebulun, Elib, son of Helon. And the sons of Joseph, from Ephraim, Ishma, and son of Amihad. From Manasseh, Gamaliel, son of Pedazur. From Benjamin, Abandon, son of Gidoni. From Dan, Ahizur, son of Ammishdadi. From Asher, Pagil, son of Okram. From Gad, Elishva, son of Juel. From Naphtali, Ahara, son of Enan. These were the men appointed to the community, leaders of their ancestral tribes. They were the heads of the clan of Israel. Tribes registered. Moses and Aaron took these men whose names had been specified. Yeah, has been specified. And they called the whole community together on the first day on the second month. The people registered their ancestry by their clans and families. The men 20 years old or more were listed by name one by one as the Lord commanded Moses, and he counted them in the desert of Sinai. The tribe of Reuben. From the descendants of Reuben, the firstborn sons of Israel, all men 20 years old or more were able to serve in the army, were listed by name one by one accordingly to the records, their clans and families. The numbers from the tribe of Reuben was 46,500. Tribe of Simon. From the descendants of Simon, all the men 20 years old or more were able to serve in the army and were counted and listed by name one by one accordingly to the records of their family, of their clans and families. The number of the tribe of Simon was 59,300. Tribe of Gad. From the descendants of Gad, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name accordingly to the records of their clans and families. The number of the tribe of Gad was 45,650. Tribe of Judah. From the descendants of Judah, all the men 20 years old or more were able to serve in the army were listed by name accordingly to the records served of their clans and families. The number from the tribe of Judah was 74,600. Tribe of Ishar. From the descendants of Ishar, all the men 20 years old or more were able to serve in the army were listed by name, according to their records of their clans and family. The number of tribe of Ishar was 54,400. The tribe of Zebulun. From the descendants of Zebulun, all the men 20 years old or more were able to serve in the army were listed by name, according to the records of their clans and family. The number of the tribe of Zebulun was 57,400. Tribe of Ephraim, Joseph. From the sons of Joseph, from the descendants of Ephraim, all the men 20 years old or more were able to serve in the army were listed by name, according to the records of their clans and families. The numbers of the tribe of Ephraim was 40,500. Tribe of Manasseh, Joseph. From the descendants of Manasseh, all men 20 years old or more were able to serve in the army were listed by name, according to the records of their clans and families. The number from the tribe of Misha was 32,200. Tribe of Benjamin. From the descendants of Benjamin, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name, accordingly to the records of their clans and families. The number of the tribe of Benjamin was 35,400. Tribe of Dan. From the descendants of Dan, all the men 20 years old or more who were able to serve in the army were listed by name, accordingly to the records of their clans and families. The number from the tribe of Dan was 62,700. Tribe of Asher. From the descendants of Asher, all the men 20 years old or more were able to serve in the army listed by name, accordingly to the records of their clans and families. The number of the tribe of Asher was 41,500. Tribe of Nephtali. From the descendants of Nephtali, all the men 20 years old or more were able to serve in the army were listed by name, accordingly to the records of their clans and families. The number of the tribe of Nephtali was 53,400. Number of fighting men. These were the men counted by Moses and Aaron and 12 leaders of Israel. Each one represented his family. All the Israelis 20 years old or more were able to serve in Israel's army and counted accordingly to their families. The total number was 550,000. Levites not numbered. The ancestral tribe of the Levites, however, was now counted along with the others. The Lord had said to Moses, "You must not count the tribe of Levi or include them in the census of the other Israelis. Instead, appoint the Levites to be in charge of the tabernacle of the covenant law, over all its furnishings and everything belongs to it. They are to carry the tabernacle and all its furnishings. They are to take care of it in the encamp around it. Whenever the tabernacle is to move, the Levites are to take it down. Whenever the tabernacle is to be set up, the Levites to do it. Anyone who approaches it is to be put to death. The Israelis are to set up the tents by divisions, each of them in their own camp under their standard. The Levites, however, are to set up their fall on the Israeli community. The Levites are to be responsible for the care of the tabernacle of the covenant law. The Israelis did all just as the Lord commanded Moses. Tribes to camp eastward. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "The Israelis are to camp around the tent of meeting, some distance from it, each of them under the standard of and hiding the banners of their family." On the east toward the sun, the divisions of the camp of Judah are to encamp under their standard. The leader of the people of Judah is Nahshon, son of Amminadab. His division numbers 600,000. Tribe of Ishar will camp next to them. The leader of the people of Ishar is Nahil, son of Zer. His division numbers 54,400. The tribe of Zebulun will be next. The leader of the people of Zebulun Zebulon is Elib, son of Helon. His division numbers 57,400. All these men assigned to the camp of Judah, accordingly to their divisions, numbered 186,400. They will set out first. Tribes to camp southward. On the south will be divisions of the camp of Reuben under their standard. The leader of the people of Reuben is Asher, son of Zedar. His division numbers 46,500. The tribe of Simon will camp next to them. The leader of the people of Simon is Shelamil, son of Zurashdadi. His division numbers 59,300. The tribe of Gad will be next. The leader of the people of Gad, Ishphla, son of Duel. His division numbers 45,650. All the men assigned to the camp of Reuben, accordingly to their divisions, number 151,450. They will be set out second. Levites to camp in center. Then the tent of meeting and the camp of the Levites will set out in the middle of the camps. It will set out in the same order as they encamp, and each at their own place under their standard. Tribes to camp westward. On the west will be divisions of the camp of Ephraim under their standard. The leader of the people of Ephraim is Elishma, son of Ammihud. His division numbers 40,500. The tribe of Manasseh will be next to them. The leader of the people of Manasseh is Gamaliel, son of Pedashazar. His division numbers 32,200. The tribe of Benjamin will be next. The leader of the people of Benjamin is Abidan, son of Gadoni. His division numbers 400,000. All the men assigned to the camp of Ephraim, accordingly to the divisions, number 108,100. They will be set out third. Tribes to camp northward. The north will be the divisions of the camp of Dan under their standard. The leaders of the people of Dan is Asher, son of Ammishdadi. His division numbers 62,700. The tribe of Asher will camp next to them. The leader of the people of Asher is Pagal, son of Opran. His division numbers 41,500. The tribe of Nephaliti will be next. The leader of Nephaliti is Ahara, son of Enan. His division numbers 53,400. All the men assigned to the camp of Dan, 157,600. They will set out last under their standards. Conclusion to orders. These are the Israelis counted accordingly to their families, all the men in their camps by their divisions number 550,000. The Levites, however, were not counted along with the other Israelis, as the Lord commanded Moses. So the Israelis did everything the Lord commanded Moses. That is the way they encamped under their standards. And that is the way they set out, each of them with their own clan and family. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was today's reading. Quick reflection. Alright, so today, from what I got out of it, is they counted everybody. They counted the entire community, everybody, which was over. Well, no, I misled that. They counted everybody in their 20s and above who were able to fight. They got their clans and numbered and got everybody's names together, and they're building an army because they got to go fight for the Holy Land. They got to go fight for their land. So, yeah, that's what I got from today's reading. So right now they're numbering everybody off, and they're building a clan. I could think this is why this whole book is called chapters. Chapters called numbers. My dumb ass. Sorry. But yeah, so it's cool. So it was good reading, hearing about phases. So this is God's army. This is literally God's army. It's being built right now. So this is interesting. So I can't wait to see what tomorrow. But yeah, like I said, it was good reading. So yeah. Well, you already know who it is. It's your boy, Mucho. And it's time for me to what? Skedaddle on out of here. Peace.